Hey, 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 are we here? We are live right now, letting you guys come into the stream. Let me know if you're in the chat so I can know who we're speaking with. We got a few people joining on right now, so I'm letting everybody get into the live, so I cannot wait for you to see it. Can you hear me well and all that good stuff? It's just us, huh? Dun, 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 dun. If you are here, let me know you are here. If you are here, let me know that you are here, because this is going to be powerful and I can't wait. So I'm letting you guys file in right now, and it's going to be amazing. Please hit the chat so I know that you are tracking with me. I'm letting folks come in right now. It's going to be amazing. Hey! Good morning, Archie J. Good morning, wherever you are. Good morning. I'm letting people file in right now. About to have a really great, amazing time. It's going to be epic. It is going to be epic. So Archie J, where are you watching from? Let me know where you're watching from. So babe, maybe we can post that link or resend it out to the folks to let them know that we are live right here, right now. I'm in Van Nuys. Okay, you in Van Nuys. Great. Great. Mr. Humphrey, great. Good to see you. Emmanuel, good to see you. Good to see you. I just want to do a couple house rules real quick. Can you hear me okay? I want to make sure you can hear me okay and all that good stuff. And then we can jump right into it. And maybe I'm going to go live on you on Instagram at the same time. I think that's what we'll do. Loud and clear. I love that. So what are you looking to learn today, Archie? While I have you right here, while we letting people come in. Christopher Jones is here. Yes, let's go. I can hear you. Oh, this is about to be so good. So while you guys are coming in, what do you want to know? You know, I have something that I want to be able to give you and teach, but I want to know what it is that you want to know, and then we can jump into it. I never like in our mentorship group just to come pre-prepared. I want to come and get you what you need. And this is what we're going to be speaking about. Yes, we'll talk about ancient wisdom of the arts, but what is it? Archie, you was the first one on, so I want to make sure to understand what it is that you need right now. Like, what are you looking for? Let's go. Let's go. I cannot wait to hear. I cannot wait to hear. Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to go live on Instagram as well. Do a double. And baby, when you get time, can you find a way to plug my computer in? Yeah. Oh, you said you thinking. Oh, you got to come ready. See, I want to know how you prepare your mind and spirit for roles that some educated people may say is unbecoming of a believer. That's a very good question. That is a very good question. How do you prepare? Well, there's two things that you have to understand is there's Will, the man of God, and there's Will, the actor. They're separate, but they work together. So you cannot concern yourself what people think about you. You know what I mean? You cannot concern yourself with those things. There is Will, the man of God, but there's also Will, the actor. There's so many things that have happened on set. If Will, the actor, did not bring Will, the man of God, then people wouldn't have been set free. Because I get this question all the time, or how could a man of God do a movie like Abigail? Well, you don't know what happens behind the scenes, Abigail. Anytime someone's trying to frame your reality for you and what you should do, you should run from that person. Because what the gifts that God has given you may not be in the pulpit. It may be on the stage or it may be on your place of work. So you want to make sure that you do not confuse your calling, that you do not confuse your calling for what people are trying to call you to do. And I hope that makes sense. So our brother's question was, how do you really operate as a believer in the field of the arts? Which is a very good question. It's about your assignment and where you are called to do and where you are called to go. This is what it's about. Keep the questions coming. And we're going to do a little question before we get into the teaching part. You have me right here. This is how my mentorship works. And we'll talk about that a little later. But I don't want to start talking about what I want to speak about. This is to help you all. So we on YouTube and we live on Instagram right now. And so the question was, how do you operate as a man or woman of God in the arts? What is your assignment? Some of you are called to the arts. Some of you are called to different businesses. Some of you are called to the pulpit. So a person may not understand your calling and they're trying to frame you in the reality of what they think Hollywood is about. But there's also spiritual people in Hollywood, right? So you want to make sure that you're not allowing people to frame your reality, if that makes sense. Woo, this is good. If this is good, give me some fire bombs. I feed off your energy. And let's go to another question. And then we'll get into the teaching. Let's go with another question. Christopher said this is good. Chelsea R said this is great. Babe, make sure you resend the link out. And then make sure everybody is on. This is great. This is great. Let somebody know that we are on. Oh, thank you for doing this. Yeah, this is amazing. This is amazing. Let me get another question. I would like to know what to do when there is nothing moving in my acting career. I'm waiting for the comment to come up. I can't see the other part. All I see is the moving in my acting career. Do artists need to be active? Okay, I kind of understand the question. So this is a very good question. When nothing's moving in your acting career, there's a time and place for everything underneath the sun. I like to call this the pivot, right? You have to know what is moving and what is working right now. Just because you're not in a movie or you're not on a TV show doesn't mean that the acting career is not moving. When a seed goes into the ground, you don't see the process of the seed dying in the ground. You experience the fruits of the tree. Just because the seed is in the ground doesn't mean that nothing's not happening, nothing's not moving. The seed must go into the ground and die, and that takes a process. So maybe you're in the process of your career dying or your dream dying to be birthed into a mega movie star or a mega writer or whatever it is that you want to do. So you have to understand that just because the acting career is not moving right now doesn't mean that it won't happen. However, what are you doing in the meantime? I was just having this conversation with someone. If you know that you're a star and so you're working at Trader Joe's, it doesn't matter that you're working at Trader Joe's. Eventually, you will be the star that you want to be, that you were destined to be. So it doesn't matter what you're doing in the moment. This is why the old folks say, You got to burn the midnight oil. What do they mean by burning the midnight oil? Meaning that you got to work your day job or work your night job in order to get to the dream that you want to get to. Mm. In your day-to-day life, how do you keep the craft fresh? Does it include vocal warm-ups, reading monologues? What is your process to stay on your toes when you on set? That's a good question. I'm gonna answer that in a simple way. Some people need to do all that. I've been graced by God. It's a knowing within me that if I accept the role, there's an assignment there for me. So the vocal warm-ups, they're all tools to get you to a place. But that's not the thing. You should be living day-to-day life. You should travel the world. You should do these things so that you can have experience to bring to the art, so that you can have depth to bring to the characters that you play. This is why you can't be stuck in an acting class. You got to go live life. Living life is very important. To live life. Go live, go travel, go take yourself out on a date. You got to have these experiences, because if you only have 15 colors of expression of emotion and the character has 30 colors of expression of emotion, you have a limited capacity to express yourself or the character to express itself through you, right? So the more tools you have, kashata, yeah, the more tools that you have, the more you can express, or the character can express itself in you. So you need the tools. Make sure y'all share this live. Share it. Share. Let me one more question until we get into what I want to talk to you about. You gotta have you gotta live. You gotta live. Candace says, I love that because often my institution tells me to break from the tools of class and express something deeper that almost feels like it cannot be taught. Why? Because she's this see, we need to hear this comment real quick, because the teacher is trying to tell you something that they can't, or they don't really know how to express. And this is what I teach in my school. So the actors that I do train and mentor, they understand this. So some of them I'm on right now, and they understand it because this is the philosophy that we teach. Inside of that question that she's trying to, or he's trying to tell you, is that you need to find the spirit of the role. The spirit of the role knows all things. So the teacher is saying, hey, you need to get out of your way and break away from the tools, because the spirit of the role knows exactly what it wants to do. It just wants to use your body and your intellect. But if you don't get into the spirit of the role, then you can't touch other spirits that will be watching you. This is why, and this is a secret, maybe this is ancient wisdom of the arts, right? Why, ask yourself this question, got those who have watched me work. Why do you think when I show up on screen, it's so impactful? Why is it so impactful? When I was doing the show Love Is, I remember telling Mara Akil, I said, hey, you have a great story. This is a beautiful story. But if the work that we do or that we're doing, if it doesn't go through the TV and reach out and touch somebody, that will cause them to not get divorced, or will cause them to get a divorce, because you can't love the contract more than you love the person. It has to shift them in their spirit. If we do that, then we created art. A lot of times, and I teach this in my school, a lot of times we are fans of acting. We are fans of it. We're not into embodying the role. I don't want to play roles. I need to embody the role. And I need to know, is there an assignment for me outside of the role that I'm doing? I hope this makes sense. If this is makes sense, give me some fire bombs. Let me know that this is making sense to you. Let somebody know that we're on and we're kind of moving into what I want to speak about, ancient wisdom of the arts. And the ancient wisdom of the arts is you have to get into the spirit of the role. This is why it's so dangerous when you see actors and actresses or whoever, when they play certain roles and they don't have a covering, or how can I put it? They're how can I put it? I'm trying to see how I want to say this. They're great at playing the role, but they have holes in their soul, meaning that there's trauma areas that they have not dealt with. So they know how to tap into the role in the spirit of the role, but there's no covering when they come out of the role, and usually these people end up in suicide. So this is why when I teach inside of our school, I'm like, listen, forget all that. You have to become a whole individual. Rejection. You have to get rid of all the things that keep you safe. Because once you embody something, it will expose the things that you have not dealt with. And it's not so much the darker you go, the darker you get, because dark is a form of light. You just got to know that you're the light in the midst of the darkness. And the deeper you get into the role, you are getting into the dark, but you're supposed to shine the light. But most of the time, the deeper you get in, the dark consumes you. And if the dark consumes you, then you're no use to help people. All the details. But most of the time it happens. I'll give you another example before we move on. Why do you think actors who've been on a set for 6 to 8 months, then they fall in love and they leave their families and they join themselves together? And then 6 months to 8 months or a year after, they break apart. Why? Because the two roles had married themselves, because the mind doesn't know the difference. When you're into the spirit of the role, the mind doesn't know the difference. You all become one. So if I'm in a scene with somebody, we've been doing and kissing and hugging for 6 to 8 months, unless you know that about yourself and know yourself well, that you need to have a break from this situation, you will fall into the trap. Why? Because the mind doesn't know the difference. We can close this live right here, right now, just on that alone. Acting is spiritual. It's a spiritual thing. This is why it transforms people. This is why we love the movies that we love. If we down, we watch Martin, we watch something, we watch Jamie Foxx or David Chappelle or Kevin Hart. We watch something. Why? Because it's spiritual. So you may be asking yourself a question: Why haven't I broken through, or why am I stuck, or what is going on in my life? I want to do this thing, but it's not really moving because you haven't tapped into the spirit of what you're doing. You can't play life. You have to live life. You cannot compare yourself with other people. There's nobody like you. That has to be a knowing within yourself. So can we go deeper? Let me know if y'all want to go deeper. Can we go deeper into this thing? I'm up. I'm feeling it. Can we go deeper? Can we go deeper into this thing? Can we go deeper into this thing? If you want me to go deeper, let me know. Can we go deeper? Somebody said, how do you keep your light? Jesus Christ is the light. If you connect it to the source, the light will be on. There's a light in front of me right now. The moment I unplug that light from the source, let me give you a real example. The moment I go do this, That light cuts off. The issue is that we want the thing more than we want the source of the light. You want the career, you want the job, you want the husband, you want the wife, but you don't want the one who is the giver of life. You have to be connected to the light. Yeah, the light is still in there, but the light is not on because the light is within. Scuba dive, sir. I love that. Who is Christopher? Christopher is teaching my spirit. He's he's submarine deep. Okay, so let me go here because this will help us with the ancient wisdom. But I want to talk about the secrets of the fire. And the secrets of the fire will reveal the ancient wisdom. The truth is, right, when I was speaking to my group yesterday, that you guys will be a part of after this live, I was telling them there's only certain secrets that you can learn when you go through the fire. Now, what is this fire that I'm speaking about? It is the fire that caused everything to be purified, like a sword going into the fire to become sharp. In any time that you're about to move to the next level or you're about to go to another place in life, you will go through the fire. It's almost like playing a video game. You grab tools at stage 1, and certain tools you lose at stage 2, and certain things you pick up in stage 2 that you will only use at stage 5. The issue with the fire is you guys don't like pain. But inside of the pain is the joy. Inside of the fire is your breakthrough. Inside of the fire is your opportunity. So you may be going through a fire right now. If you're going through a fire right now, let me know. Just throw some fire bombs up. Maybe your marriage is falling apart, or maybe your job, you don't know what you're going to do next. You don't know where you're going to turn. The acting career is not going the way you wanted to go. Shoot, life just, it feels like it's sucking right now. That happens. If that's you, let me know if that's you. Okay, so that's a lot of us, right? The fire is necessary for the growth. You must go through that fire. You must go through that fire. Because the garments that you had 2 years ago will not help you in the next level that you're going in. Each time that you want a blessing, or you've been praying for a blessing, Lord, give me more wisdom. Lord, bless me in my career. God sends you fire. Why? Because your mind has to be purified. As a man thinketh, so is he. If you don't believe you're a movie star, if you don't believe you're a CEO, if you don't believe those things, then God cannot give it to you. Why? Because you frame your reality. And what the fire does, it burns off the trauma that you've been through. It burns off the old level. So if you don't want the fire, then you cannot get the wisdom hidden inside the fire. And I was speaking to my group yesterday when I was using a scripture as an example. And I was saying when Paul threw his log on the fire, when it was his time to go get the wood, the snake came out of the midst of the fire and bit him. Now the fire was already burning, so why was the snake inside of the fire, and why was the snake not consumed? These are questions that you have to ask yourself. Someone came that was carrying more fire, and when he set his log on the fire, the snake came up. Now let's reverse that in a way, or translate that in a different way. When you're in the fire, you'll get to the point that you're carrying the fire, that when you put your log, or when you get your audition, or when you get that job, or when you get that promotion, the opportunity will come out of the fire. Why? Because the snake means wisdom. The things that you want in life is connected to the fire. But you're looking at all the fires that are around you, your bills, your wants, your desires, all these different things, the things that you don't have, all these different things, instead of looking at the wildfire that is within you. Not have the joy without the pain. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in what? The morning. Some of you all are right there, right now, getting ready to break, but the fire got you. It consumed you. So you're not dreaming the things that you're dreaming anymore. You're not believing the things that you're used to believing anymore. You believed a lie, right? So now when I'm speaking about this, and I had to tell you about the fire because of the wisdom there, ancient wisdom of the arts. The greats always leave nuggets and secrets. Ancient wisdom of the arts. Let me use a great that we may all know, Sidney Poitier. You guys see Sidney's acting. People who are looking at the role or looking at the spirit of the thing see what the man stood for or what he was convicted by. Sidney was convicted by equality. So it didn't matter how many fires he had to go through. It didn't matter how much pain he had to go through. The roles and stuff that he chose was based off the conviction of equality. I want to see people equal. The people that will come after me, they need to have a chance. Convicted by the fire, his conviction. So one of the ancient wisdoms that you must ask yourself, even right now, is what are you convicted by? Because the conviction is the fire that will burn. Hey, from Brazil, the conviction is the fire that will burn, and it's the fire that you need when everybody's telling you that you're not going to make it, or even when you're telling yourself, or when it looks dark. What are you convicted by? And that conviction, should point you to the divine path that you're supposed to be on. So you got two things that we're highlighting right now: your conviction and your divine path. This is what you should be trying to do in life, is to find out what are you convicted by and what is the divine path that you're supposed to be on, because the conviction is tied to the divine path. You may want to do everything else. You may be good at a bunch of different things. But remember when I said earlier, there's a time for everything. You may be convicted right now to paint the best in the world. You need to run with that conviction. Why? Because there's grace there for you to do that thing right now. But we usually don't jump on that. We're trying to do things based off the trauma, based off the need, based off the bills, based off the outside fires, and not looking at the inside fires within. This is the issue. What are you convicted by right now? Some of you have bright ideas right now that you're not acting on because you're thinking about, well, I don't have the money, or I don't have the team, or I don't have the network, or I don't know the people, or I don't have the following. But if you go back, if something is beating within you, then it has all those resources attached to it. You just need the conviction. And if you go through the conviction, the path will reveal itself in due time, because the path is within you. This is what the greats do. If you take Muhammad Ali, if you take Martin Luther King, convicted by justice, which shaped the path. Muhammad Ali, convicted by greatness and stood for something. Some of you all can't say no. So why would ancient wisdom visit somebody who can't say no? Am I helping you? Is this helping? Is this working? Because I'm on fire right now for myself. I got a question. What's the question? You're supposed to be present in your life. Conviction is to show you the pathway. Present, be present. Tomorrow, yesterday's gone. The next day hasn't even come yet. Be present. Your conviction is to aid you in discovering what your path is. What is the path? Conviction is tied to purpose, but purpose may change. I'm acting right now. Maybe I might not be acting 40, 50 years from now. Did my purpose change? No. Did my purpose shifted? What am I convicted by in that moment? Maybe my purpose moving forward is to open 1,000 homes all over the world. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we get stuck on that purpose thing and we don't get stuck on the conviction for the things that we're purposed to do. I got to find my purpose. I got to find my purpose. Now you got to find your conviction. Because you may find your purpose and you don't have no conviction and you don't have no fire to keep the flame lit. And your conviction along with your purpose will always be tied to others. It's never just to benefit you. Sir, send me Shelton's number. I actually been thinking about Shelton. Can you DM me his number and I will call him. So I hope this is helping. Is this helping? Let me know. So when you look, because after we get off this live, I want you to take inventory of what is the thing that you're supposed to be doing. Not what mama said, what daddy said, what the coach said, what the people didn't say, or trying to prove the people wrong. This is things we talk about in the school, in my mentorship group. A lot of us are living a dream that is not even our dream. And you're wondering why it's not working because you're not convicted by it. Acting is cool. That's what I do. That's not who I am. I love it. But I love aircrafts too, but I can't fly them. So these are the questions that you have to ask yourself. You're asking for things and you want things, but you don't want the pain. You don't want the fire. You need the fire. There's certain principles that you have to have. What do you stand for? Do you say yes to everything? Every time somebody say, hey, Miss Candace, can you come do this? Yes, 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 because I'm still in people pleasing. But you want wisdom to come to you. That's not going to work. You can sign me up. Oh, you can sign. I thought somebody said you can sign me up. What was the question that? I'm teaching. I can't see them all. What Liam asked. Could you lose conviction due to burnout? That's a very good question. No, the conviction is not lost. It's maybe you spinning your wheels in the wrong direction. And sometimes there's time for breaks, travel. Give yourself some celebrate. We be on this journey of working so much, next job, next job, next job, next job. You're on the hamster wheel. And the conviction is telling you, hey man, take a break. That is the voice that is speaking to you. Take a break. Take a moment. Go for a walk. Because if it's something that you truly love to do, you should never get burnt out doing it. If you're experiencing burnt out right now, then that means that you're still in your own strength. You're not having help from a divine presence, which means when I spoke about the spirit of the thing. And this is why you have to focus on being a whole human being. Some of you guys are working 9 to 5. You've been there so long when you already heard the voice that you was convicted by that it was time to leave. But you love stability more than you love conviction. But if you answered to the conviction, another door would have opened that would have paid your bills. But you didn't listen. Why? Because you still in the space of pleasing people. Issue that I've come to find in life is that we interact with this physical world so much that we're limited by it. Everything you need is within you. The table, the chair was hidden inside of the tree. But it took someone to have vision to see inside of the tree in order to pull the table and the chair out. Interacting with the physical world so much dumbs or dulls your imagination. The money that you want, the billions, is within you. But you don't like you. You don't like the way you look. You don't like the way you're shaped. You don't like anything about most of us. So how can you pull something out of yourself if you don't like yourself? Or you still comparing yourself with other people? At some point, you got to look within. And once you look within, what you will find is the treasure that you've always been looking for, that nobody can give you because it's within you. But it's not just for you. It will benefit you, but it's for others. Look what I'm doing right now. What I'm convicted by is seeing people whole, is seeing people set free, seeing people liberated, is seeing people get into the thing that they want to do. There's some actors that have come into my group, realize, like the president of our school, Mayéle, comes in as an actor and realize this ain't what I want to do. After listening and being mentored by you, Will, I come to understand that I want to do this. This is what the true path and the true conviction that I have within me. But we've been dealing with things so long. It's like having that favorite pair of shoes. You've been walking in that level, walking in them shoes so long that you don't want to let them shoes go. It's time to let those shoes go, because when you've been through the fire and you want the ancient wisdom of that fire, you know that there's a new garment that is going to come. There's a new level. There's a new path. There's a new. And also, what we don't do is we don't invest in ourselves. Oh, Catherine's here. I love Catherine. She's so, oh my God. Catherine Newton, y'all, ladies and gentlemen. That girl been acting since she was 4 years old. She can act her butt off, and I love her to life. Love you so much, sis. Um, we don't invest in ourselves. You have to invest in yourself. Number two, we're not mentored. What does mentorship do? It helps shorten the curve where you are to where you want to be. Anything alone. There's no movies made alone. You see the actors, but you don't see the crew. If you want to jump into your next phase of life, your next level of life, you got to do something to provoke that next level. That is ancient wisdom of the arts. They knew that. If I want to shift, if I want to change, then I have to do something. I have to change my situation. I have to change my scenario. I have to change the way I look at things. And you need your tribe. You're building your tribe right here. All 50 of us on IG, all 19 of us that's on YouTube. It's the tribe right here. Archie may be holding a key for Candace. But if Archie and Candace never talk, then Candace cannot be unlocked by the key that Archie has. This is the way this thing works. Somebody is holding a key for somebody. This is why they call them what? Gatekeepers. And there's some people that you meet that have a master key. And they can open and unlock any lock. This is why we have to shorten the gap. And this is why I love what I'm doing right now, is because you guys are witnessing the climb of the movie star and you get to see it in real time. A lot of the folks that we look up to, they've already reached that plateau. How much more for you? Number 3, never discredit yourself. Never discredit yourself. My mentorship group is for human beings who want to learn spiritually, truths, secrets in acting, who want to do life and do life well. And what makes me a great mentor? You want a husband? I'm that. You want kids? I have that. You want a booming acting career? I have that. You want money? I got that. You want an old school? I got that too. You know what I mean? Here's the thing. You can't give what you don't have. Some of you are on here right now, you want marriage. I have it. I can give it to you. But we got to clear out some things. Because although I can give you marriage, if you still believe that you're too old to have children or you're too old to be married, then that is a limited belief on your mind. And so we got to pull that down first. So before we continue on, my mentorship group, Mayéle with Will. It's a powerful group. Those who are on here that's inside of the group have been transformed. There's nobody that's going to meet me and not be transformed. And we're doing it together. We're doing it like this. And there's things that we do. Like one of the assignments I had given our group is that they had to take a trip. 48 hours, 24 hours, they had to go somewhere. Some went to New York, some went to Mexico, some went to San Diego, some went to Germany. They had to go somewhere. So this is active stuff that we're doing. Why do you need to take a trip? What was the point of taking a trip? No matter what is going on in your life, you need to know the power of making a decision. Some of us can't make a decision about what we're going to wear. Then how can you decide if you're going to have a career in the field of choice that you want to have a career in? So what am I doing with them? I'm teaching them how to make decisions no matter the chaos that is around them, no matter the fire that is around them. This is some of the things that you will learn. And you have to do the work. And you can do the work. So the group is transformative. And for those that have been on live right now and live today, there's a gift for you because I want to make sure you guys get in. So there's a promotion code that will give you half off. You can pay in full or you can pay in 5 installments. The point of me charging is for you to break your ground. Your money represents your blood, sweat, and tears. I can't break ground for you. You got to break your own ground. I will be robbing you if I gave it if I want to. If you don't use your blood, sweat, and tears to break the ground, then the ground won't break and open for you. This is why the Lord was pierced and water and blood came out to break the ground. You got to break your ground. Trust me, I'm mentor too. I'm breaking my ground every day. You got to break your ground. And it's some of the things that stop you from getting to your next level is I can do it later. Oh, this was cool. I got what I needed. No, you ain't gonna get the grace. You need somebody's grace. You got to break your ground. Your seed must go into the ground in order to bear fruit. And if that is you and you're tired of the same thing over and over and over again, the same cycles that we've been through, I've been through. One of the cycles that I used to hear growing up all the time is money don't grow on trees. A half a bread, a half a loaf of bread is better than none. Let me know. Give me some fire bombs if you ever heard that saying. I don't want to. Maybe I'm by myself. Maybe I'm talking to the people in the back. Maybe I'm by myself. Money does not grow on trees. A half a loaf of bread is better than none. We've all heard that saying or some sort of that saying. But if I look outside my house right now, last time I checked is that money is paper. So for somebody, money is growing in abundance on a tree. For somebody, they eating the whole loaf of the bread. Why do I gotta settle for half a loaf of the bread? So that means that there must be a mind shift within myself to say, no, I'm going to look at the tree and tell the tree that, hey, you're supposed to be paying me. What you doing? And I'm going to eat all the loaves of bread and have more left over. I'm not just going to settle for the half loaf of bread. Why? What is the mindset that has been projected in you? Lack, not having enough. No, we spoke about this. Do you know what is inside of you and who's within you? Everything you need is within you. So that loaf of bread is within you. The funds that you want is within you. But you believe that you can only have a half a loaf, and that's what you keep pulling out. You believe you're just a co-star actor, that's what you keep pulling out. You believe that you're just a girlfriend, so you won't say no to all the boyfriends and wait on your husband. That's what you keep pulling out. You know that there's a fashion house inside of you, but you keep saying, maybe it's not me. That's what you keep pulling out. So you keep doing these internships and they're not going anywhere because the idea is within you. But if you just took some time to look at you in order to look within you, then all the resources that you need are within. But you got to make sure that you're connected to the source. And let me just say this too for the business owners and the actors and all those people that I mentor too. And for the athletes, and then we can close here. The pivot. This is also ancient wisdom of the arts that the great artists knew. The pivot. If you ever hooped, which I did, which got me to California, you understand you pick up your pivot foot, you're what? Traveling. Ball going the other way. A lot of times there comes a juncture in your life where it's time to pivot, but you don't pivot. And you pick up that pivot foot and you keep traveling down a path that is no longer serving you because you care about what people think about you or you care about what you did in the past. So you feel like you're only known for the things that people saw you do. You are traveling down the wrong path and you're supposed to pivot to the next juncture in your life. How do you know when to pivot? Back to the conviction. The conviction is telling you to go right, but you're so used to going left. Or the conviction is telling you to go left, but you're so used to going right that you don't use your left hand enough. So the left hand wrong, so you're not listening to the voice. The pivot is a great tool to know and to use. In basketball, you can dribble, pass, and shoot off the triple threat, off the pivot. So in life, you can pass the ball, you can shoot the ball, or you can dribble the ball. Your next level may be within the pivot, but you're too scared to pivot because you're comfortable in the area that you're in right now. When you feel that conviction and it's time to make that move, the people that answer it quickly is the one that gets to the gate and gets to the window and gets the opportunity. You got to jump on things in life because there's a time for everything underneath the sun. Why you think you on this live right now? Because it's time to pivot, not only into the group, but into the next juncture of your life. Why? Because so many people are waiting on you. Chanel are waiting on you. Miss Britt Nicole are waiting on you. If you don't become, you don't give them license to become. They're waiting on you. And you waiting on you. Imagine if I decided not to do this and keep my group secret. There's things that you will know. You will never know. Procrastination is assassination. That's what my dad say all the time. They waiting on you. Imagine if Martin didn't go. Imagine if Nina Simone didn't play. Imagine. They waiting on you. They waiting on you. They're waiting on you. They're waiting on you. They are waiting on you, and you're going to be responsible for the people that you did not help. You can't help nobody if you don't help yourself. If Christopher Jones doesn't become, then it doesn't give license to Joshua to become. And it's okay. Like Caleb is on here, former athlete. Well, athlete is always an athlete. Played at the highest level. Alabama. Don't get no higher than that. Besides the NFL. And a phenomenal actor. If I'm a football player and I'm no longer playing or I'm not in the NFL, who am I looking to? Because maybe I want to do what he's doing. And maybe Caleb is shifting else. Maybe he's about to be the next, billionaire in something else. Oh man, I seen him. It's possible. Maybe I can pivot to something else too. That's life. So if this was good to you, let me know. Bio right now. My beautiful wife has put up a code so that you can, get that gift that I want to receive to you. And it's only for the first 100 people. So you want to make sure that you get your slot right now. Change the course of your life. Is this just for actors? No, you've witnessed what I spoke about. I've covered a lot of different areas because you are a complex human being. You are the art that I'm speaking about. You are the fresco that I'm speaking about, the art piece, the greatest art piece that is known to the world. It is you. And some art has bruises and bumps. It ain't perfect. So stop disqualifying yourself. There will never be another you. Love, beauty, Maria. There will never be another you. D, right? It will never be another you. Always slaying. There will never be another you. There will never be another you. But this was good to me. It reminds me of what we're called to do. So the promotion is there. Join right now. I can't wait to go deeper within the group, and we're going to grow. The one thing we're going to do is grow and be transformed. And I cannot wait to see all the billionaires and all the actors and the future entrepreneurs and all the things that come out of this group. And I'm so excited that we got a chance to share space today. And if there's one burning question before I close, type it in the chat and I'll answer it to the best of my ability. How does Will Callen invest in himself? By investing in others. Oh, this is feeding me more than it's feeding them. Each time you empty yourself, you give room to be filled up again with new wisdom, with new knowledge, with new understanding. It's not about hanging on to things, ladies and gentlemen. It is about emptying yourself. When it's time for you to transition to the other side, on your epitaph, on your tombstone, it will have the date that you arrived and the date that you departed. What did you do with the dash in between? Is what's important. What did you do with the dash? You got to make the dash count. You have to make the dash count in life. And a lot of times we're not making the dash count because we're consumed with the outside fires. Oprah told me this. She said, Will, you know what legacy is? Legacy is what you deposit into the hearts of humanity. I don't remember Muhammad Ali say, God don't care about no boxing, even though God cares about everything that you do. What did you deposit into the hearts of humanity? Did you give them faith? Did you give them hope? Did you give them joy? Did you encourage them? Did you shift the course of a young 5-year-old kid that may not have a mother or father? What did you deposit into the hearts of humanity? What did you deposit? Did you just deposit great films? Did you just make money? You can't make money. Money is made in a mint. Ain't nobody out here printing money. You can generate it from within. What did you deposit into the hearts of humanity? I'll leave that with that. This is great. I love you. Tribeca Film Festival. I'll be in New York City, June 8th. My film cover book. It's my first lead. What do I mean by lead? A lot of things I've done that I've been leading, even though I wasn't the lead. But this is the first film that I'm in every single shot. And it's shot in black and white. It's an incredible film. And I cannot wait for you all to experience Color Book. My girl Chanel is on here, who was our scripty. I almost said AD because she was scripty and AD at times. She was doing double, but she's a wonderful script supervisor, a wonderful human being, and a magnificent AD. But Color Book will shock the world. And I can't wait for you all to see it. And I thank you all for your support and seeing the journey. And this is a good way to close, because what you don't know, in my secret time, because you said, how do you pour into yourself? In my secret time, I'm saying I'm number one. I'm number one on the call sheet. I'm number one. I'm number one. I'm a movie star. I've been saying that for years. I started acting in 2006. I started acting professionally 2017. So 7 years, 2024. In those 7 years span, I am now eating from the seed that became a tree in 2017. So you all are getting to see it in real time. If he can say it, and some people didn't believe, oh, nah, you're just a co-star actor right now. Oh, nah, we hear you, but you're not there yet. No, I'm not there yet in your mind. But in my mind, what I'm convicted by is I should be leading movies. I'm too talented, too gifted, too anointed for the screen, not leading films. So what do I have to do? I have to say no to everything that does not point me in that direction. Because if I pick up my pivot foot and believe what you're trying to frame for me, I am now traveling in a path that you have set for me. And I'm not pivoting to the destiny that I'm supposed to capture, I'm supposed to be in. I'm not pivoting to the designed place that I'm supposed to stand in. With that being said, I love y'all. Make sure you sign up for the group. Make sure you take advantage of the code. Take advantage. Don't let nothing stop you. If whatever you heard, if it poked your spirit, do it. Do it now. Do it quickly. Because the moment you do it, the moment you have broken your ground, and you will be in a whole nother place. So with that being said, I love y'all. Thank you for joining. Thank you for supporting me. And the best is yet to come for myself. And the best is yet to come for you. Love you. Love y'all.